listen up. There's a lot of noise out there. Call it propaganda, blackmail, whatever you want. But don't let any of it shake you. No matter what they say, no matter what they try, Biafra's story isn't going anywhere. Freedom doesn't die just because someone tries to stomp it out. December 2nd, 2024 is fast approaching. It's not just another date, it's the date. The moment everything we've been fighting for comes alive. See, history's always been shaped by those who refuse to give up. Look around, you know what I mean? Some might tell you to sit back and blend in. But look where they got us in the past. It's those who stood tall, the ones who refused to be silenced, that made change happen. And guys, that's the spirit we need now more than ever. This is Biafra, and Biafra means not backing down. Now, let's take a moment to think about what it's gonna be like on December 2nd. Just imagine it. The world's watching, trying to figure out if Biafra will rise. And yes, all eyes will be on us, on the rising sun, on a people who refuse to give in, refuse to lose hope. You gotta stay focused. Keep the vision locked. Because when that day comes, you won't want to look back and think, man, I should have believed just a little more. You know, history books are filled with stories of people who had a chance and took it, didn't wait for things to look easy or safe, just like those who held on to their vision of freedom even when it looked impossible. That's where Biafra stands right now, right on the brink of something massive. Dear Biafrans, there's no stopping what's about to happen. The journey's been tough, no doubt, with propaganda coming at us from every direction, threats piling up, and a relentless flood of blackmail aimed at shaking our spirits. But here's the real deal. We stay the course. Because December 2nd, 2024 is right around the corner. Biafra's restoration isn't a maybe. It's a reality. You know, when you're fighting for freedom, you gotta expect resistance. Take any liberation movement in history. Think about the American Revolution or even the fall of apartheid in South Africa. These were battles where the people didn't back down, no matter how hard the opponents tried to knock them off course. Now, it's our turn. They're gonna say everything to discourage us, twist facts, and paint Biafra as a lost cause. But we know better, don't we? We're seeing it all unfold with our own eyes. We're the generation that's making this happen. And let's be real, December 2nd isn't just another date on the calendar. It's the day we've been waiting for, the day when all these years of resilience, of fighting back against suppression, come to fruition. You're gonna hear the skeptics, the critics, and the doubters in these last weeks leading up. But let's stay grounded. Let's remember why we started this. The rising sun's been on the horizon for too long, and now it's breaking through. And wait a minute, let's take a second to think about this. Once Biafra's fully restored, think of the ripple effects. Imagine what it would mean for Africa, for other nations fighting to reclaim their identities. This isn't just about one people or one place. This is a statement. This is history in the making. So guys, keep your eyes on the prize, and know that the light at the end of this journey is brighter than any obstacle they throw our way. All right, guys, listen up.
Thank you so much, Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. I salute each and every one of you. This morning, just a very quick one to throw some highlight on the broadcast, the funeral of the Zoological Republic conducted by our Prime Minister yesterday on X Space. We have come this morning to throw some lights in some of the bombshell that the Prime Minister released yesterday. If you are at that meeting yesterday, you will concur with me that there's a lot of bombshell, some things that are beyond that are beyond your physical eyes, some things that have never come to your knowledge before was revealed yesterday. And we want to highlight on those things with few minutes that we have this morning. Biafrans, I salute you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. I greet each and every one of you out there watching and listening. Ifediche, my brother, it had been a long time. Where have you been? My sister Diana, always there. I salute you from here. Ifediche, if you come back with anything, we are expecting it. Thank you so much for coming. And then my brother, Sonny, I salute you from here. Biafrans, Emma Nasina, onye kwuo n'ife na-atọ ụtọ. Asị anya kọwa ka the thing si atọ. Our prime minister made a lot of revelations yesterday. Secret revelations. A lot of secrets were revealed yesterday. And I want to highlight on those secrets that were revealed. Our prime minister said yesterday, when questions were asked, one of our comrades also said something yesterday that many of us knew, but a lot of people did not know it. Our prime minister said yesterday that had it been that Elohim, let me just put it that way, let me not go the other way around, that Elohim wanted Biafra to come 1967, 1970, we would have been living our life like Biafrans. He said, had it been the men of 1967, 1970 went out in guerrilla warfare and not full-blown war, that would have been in Biafra today. But that is not the mistake, because the war was not planned. The war was brought upon our fathers and our mothers, brothers and sisters, 1967, 1970. And they fought gallantly. They gave us the ladder that we are now using. They laid the foundation of what we are building on. Our prime minister made a very strong statement yesterday. You know, our prime minister is a very wise man. Our prime minister is a very wise man. If we are to be this Umokoko you're looking at on the screen, these criminals you're looking at on the screen, they will tell you that the effort of every other person is not worth it. That if not them, that the Biafra will not, nobody will be hearing about Biafra. But our prime minister even went to the extent of recognizing the work. Even though you will not call it a work because that was a debate. The effort of Wazirike. Because most people, if you look carnally into the work of Wazirike, you will spit at him. Yes, you will spit on Wazirike. But Wazirike was also used indirectly to keep the Biafra struggle alive. Because had it been is not Wazirike coming to prove to the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, because that is what that brought about Wazirike's agitation. Wazirike did not start agitating because he wanted to liberate Biafrans. I want everybody to get this. Wazirike did not start his mass-up agitation because he wanted to liberate Biafrans. No, it was a debate between him and the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. Olusegun Obasanjo told Wazirike on a conversation that with what they did to Biafrans 1967, 1970, that no Biafran nenwe onye Igbo ya chokwe no maka Biafra sikwa Biafra sikwa. And Wazirike said, can we bet that if I should start Biafra again, that every Biafran will follow me? That people will rise up to follow me. And Olusegun Obasanjo said that is a lie, that he should try, let's see. And Wazirike started. And the people turned out that Wazirike even have his own men, that Wazirike even started building a security guard. And when they see that this thing is not getting out of hand, that the thing is reawakening the spirit of Biafra in the people, before they will start to stop Wazirike, the reawakening of the spirit has set up. And that is the game that was played in the spirit. And the people used as an instrument was those that were at the leading front to massacre our people 1967, 1970, and another Biafra, which is Wazirike, that played the role, that was used as an instrument. But the only role they came to play is to reawaken the spirit of Biafra in Biafra land. And that reawakening gave birth to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started his broadcast for you to know that Wazirike was never there to restore Biafra. Had they been Wazirike was there to restore Biafra, Wazirike will still be with us now. Wazirike will still be on track even as we speak. He will be as a big father directing and advising on what to do. Because his heart is burning for Biafra. But because it was just a game. And Biafra cannot just be a game. Elohim separated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Wazirike. And he started genuinely on the pathway and what Biafra is. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu explained to us vividly what Biafra stands for. That even in the prison, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still re-echoing what Biafra stands for and what Biafra is. And when he made a clarion call, the wolves in sheep clothing gathered around. They come. Chinas and Woshi, they all joined. Madubugu, everyone joined. Ikenguroshi, everyone joined. The former deputy leader, Uche Okafo, everyone joined. The former African rep, George, they all joined. Omiomio them, everyone. The train was moving and picking a lot of people, both garbage, everything were all picked. A lot of garbage was gathered. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with his spiritual eyes, looked into the world, the things that have been gathered all this day long on this train. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu looked at it and said, no, that all this garbage in this train are not qualified to stand on the gap on what is to come. That all this garbage, that they are not qualified to stand on the gap on what is to come. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started crying and yelling, I need 100 men. Our prime minister made mention of this. But one thing some persons are not asking themselves is, do you know the number of persons we have in the DOS at the time? I was a deputy zonal leader at that time. Do you know how many principal officers, which I'm one of, that we are then? My God. Jesus Christ. Do you know how many people we have only on zone? let alone those that are in the Western world, those that we call diasporans. Do you know how many people we are running into? Millions. But with the case of our prime minister, I understand clearly what the scripture wrote about Gideon. When Elohim asked Gideon, Gideon complained about men. And Elohim told him what to do to gather all the soldiers in Israel. And all the soldiers were all gathered. And he asked them to take them to the stream. That anyone that squat, relaxing and drinking water, that person is disqualified. But anyone that is drinking water, have you seen a tiger, a lion drinking water? He doesn't drink water sleeping. While drinking water, his eyes is going everywhere. He said those that drinks like a lion, the way lion drinks water, that those are the people that he will take into the war. And at the end of the day, it's only 300 men out of thousands. 300 men. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu looked at these millions. He said he was in Israel and he was praying to Elohim. And he told Elohim, I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not talking about those Biafrans, those genuine Biafrans that just joined. I'm talking to some of us that have been there for time immemorial. Both you that is in the security area, both you that have been in one position or the other. I'm on, because when our leader was yearning and crying for 100 men, I asked myself a question. What is it about these 100 men that our leader needs? What are their qualifications? Our leader just gave us a tip of iceberg by saying that the 100 men that are needed are those that inward and outward are genuinely, that the only thing burning inside of them, they can sacrifice anything for Biafra. Just like Simon Ekpa has done. Simon Ekpa has sacrificed his job. Not just political ambition, he's already a politician. If he was carrying the ambition of becoming a prime minister or a president in Finland, he sacrificed it. But these millions of garbage that Shinas and Woshidem fall in, and Mikanguroshi fall in, Chicken, Edozem fall in, Amen. Them, every one of them, fall into this garbage. Ototoma Chijoke. Every one of them fall into this garbage. And our leader was saying, how do we look for? We need the genuine people. There's too much garbage. There are too many garbage in IPOB. Too many garbage. Every time onye ndubia na ona aba. Mana ndo na agwa wunde nyegoro bia juru aju. You know, the only people you can convince, you can preach to, and you will convince them are those that their heart is still fertile. But those their heart has been corrupted, it doesn't matter the amount of effort you put in. Your effort will be in vain. It doesn't matter the type of word you use on them. It doesn't matter the helping hand you send. It will all fall in deaf ears. all the preachings of Mazen Namdekano, all the meetings with Mazen Namdekano, all the eating together with Mazen Namdekano did not affect all these Judas Iscariot that surrounds him. Judas eat in the same table with Mazen Namdekano. Eat the same food that Jesus eat. Go where Jesus go. Sleep where Jesus sleep. In the same boat with Jesus. The same word Jesus told to other disciples, he told Judas. But Judas have his heart made up that the only thing that is his problem is money, 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 money. And that is what this garbage that was gathered, that gathered themselves around Mazen Namdekano. All this garbage has made up their mind that this is a lucrative business. Even when Mazen Namdekano in a broker said that every garbage in IPOB, that the only way to know them is that they monetize every position that is given to them. They weigh every position with monetary value. Every position, they weigh it with monetary value. If you give them a connector, they weigh that connector with monetary value. If they give you a senatorial connector, you weigh it with monetary value. Local government connector, you weigh it with monetary value. If they give you to be an African rep, you weigh it with monetary value. European rep, you weigh it with monetary value. That is what is the demon. That was the demon that ravaged these people, because their heart is filled with evil. They have not been salvaged. They have not been saved from the evil spirit of one Nigeria. That evil spirit of one Nigeria, our Prime Minister made mention of it yesterday. That once you have been contaminated with the spirit of one Nigeria, nobody can save you. Nothing can save you. Anybody that puts up a helping hand to save you, that person will sink. The helping hand Mazen Namdekano put forth to save these people, instead of them accepting this helping hand and being saved from their evil state, they used the position that they were given. Chinasa Nwoshi, as Asari Dokubo was sent and recruited today to be causing mayhem in our land, the same way Chinasa Nwoshi was sent into Kuwait. Our Prime Minister, our leader, asked a question then. I have told us this before. Our leader was on phone with Chinasa Nwoshi on a live broadcast. And Chinasa Nwoshi was telling our leader, that time many of us don't really know who Chinasa Nwoshi is. Chinasa Nwoshi was not part of the DOS then. He wasn't even part of IPOB then. But Chinasa Nwoshi started his job. He thought that he can be external and commit the evil that he been recruited to do. Because Chinasa Nwoshi wonye na Christian, on a Christian. Hey, jihad is called. Chinasa Nwoshi was asking our leader, Mazen Namdekano then. He said, is it a must that this way that he's doing this thing, that through it that we'll get Biafra? Is it a must that we go into political means and get Biafra? I want you to understand where all this their political nonsense is coming from. To the extent that even as we are speaking, that the IPOB that you know, the Ipob Nigeria that you know have registered as a political jargon, a political, how do I put it? How do I call it? Just like you have a PDP, just like you have a APC, they have become one of these political parties. So Ipob Nigeria is now a political party, not a freedom fighting group that it was before. Our Prime Minister said yesterday, for you to fight for Biafra, for you to fight for freedom, you can't fight for freedom under group. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew this. He said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, when we will declare Biafra, we will have our government. That's the very word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that we will have our government. But this, when this government will come, that we will know. Huh. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will more. If anybody tell you today that Ipob Nigeria will become a political party, will you believe it? Why telling you that they are doing underground work? The underground work they are doing is to form a political party. Mana Chineke wa mama masi. Jehovah said in the book of Isaiah chapter 7 verse 7, go and read it. He said that their secret plans will not stand. Neither will it come to pass. That the evil plot of these wicked men and women, including the Jezebel you're looking at on the screen, that their evil plots will not stand. Neither will it come to pass. Because of what? Elohim frustrate the tokens of the liars and make their diviners mad. Oh, guy, no way, IPOB. I will slogan and then if I name with him more. Manandeni now will canal people. All of them are canal people. And our leader on his last broadcast before his kidnap said that this wind that is coming, once you're not spiritually strong, you'll be blown off. Man, because these people have become over familiar with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because over familiarity kills. I want you to register this somewhere. Over familiarity kills. If you are part of those that are working with our Prime Minister today, don't take everything for granted. Don't think that you are now that you're whining and dining with our Prime Minister, that you are now speaking with our Prime Minister on the phone, that you are now on top of the world. Once we have not gotten Biafra, none of us is on top of the world. And this is the mistake that the people you're looking at on the screen made. They announced victory without even going into the war. They announced their victory before the war. And they failed. Failed woefully. Because the scripture said that a proud heart comes before a fall. Or did they sochie yazo? And one other information, one other advice I want to give to each and every one of us, this one is not for everybody. For principal officers, for those honorables, both in homeland and in diaspora, do not see yourself better than any other comrade. That is where the fall used to start from. Once you begin to see yourself better than Simon Ekpa, begin to see yourself better than Sonny Akparawa, begin to see yourself better than Vam, vam, vam. You begin to see yourself better than Matthew go 247. You begin to see yourself better than Mr. Snow. You begin to see yourself better than any of us. Your falling will begin immediately. Because everything the Prime Minister will be saying once this spirit sets in will no longer be making sense to you. That is the evil that possesses these men that makes them to fall. They begin to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not doing it well. They begin to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they even know better than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many people that this spirit possessed against Simon Ekpa have fell behind and will leave them behind. Go and read the history. Since 2000 and something, since 2000, they used to call some people COVID-19. But this COVID-19 is the pressure in this whole thing that is making it work. Autopilot has died. Natural. Those that call the Prime Minister, that called every one of us autopilot, all of them, I don't know where they are today. Do not allow this evil spirit possess you. Is spirit of one Nigeria. Envy and jealousy. That is what that keep these ones behind the bar. And when Biafra is restored, our Prime Minister gwakwara onye ọnwụna ọ kakwara ogo mma na ịpụtara nya na ịnọ nnọọ adụ mma na ajụ ịbụghọ ịzaha akpakoro na ọ kara ogo mma na enweghọ nke isonya na ọ kara ogo mma na onweghọ nke ikwu karịa na ịpụtara apụta ime nke ọjọọ ya echetaghị na ya. That's the worst thing that will happen to you in this fight we are in. The 2nd day of December is around the corner. What are you doing about it? These evil men and women are plotting. I told us something the other day. There's a lot of meetings are happening. But there are things that our Prime Minister knows. Not just that he knows them. He gave us a tip yesterday. Where do you have CCTV camera? Where are the places you have CCTV camera? Those cameras will come out one day. Believe you me. And those footage are in a safe hand. And the Jezebel of our generation understand what we are saying. Both the secret meetings and the daily oaths that they take among themselves to fight a righteous one. Unadago. Mazi Simon Ekpa see before he be near Juese. Before you see no Simon Ekpa with your problem, go and ask questions. One thing I have found out is nobody, there's never been anybody that fought a righteous man and that person succeeded to tell the story. Anytime you rise to fight a righteous man, you must fall. You are bound to fall. They rose against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and today they have fallen. Today they are nowhere to be found. But those that give themselves different titles, the most trusted, all of them failed because Elohim is in the business of what we are doing. Elohim is the one that assigned that Biafra will come. It's the agenda of God. You cannot stop it. He can't go neranya for that Simon Neba Uronya Aurana Natata. Onye wuna waputa ni Igbo jejezo. Ebe ni ha jejezo, n'ife ni ha ji we kpuchi onwe fa ha akpu epie. Ikuku akuo Africa oko. Obuzo say that I'm a celebrity freedom fighter. I've never heard a man who do ife man no boho na this struggle. Amaham na na celebrity freedom fighter. Amaham na freedom fighter na fight, and at the same time when interest na the things ndo na fight in them. Us in here we freedom, a celebrity freedom fighter, and at the same time near we political ambition in Nigeria. Hey, Chineke kweni for job. Nda niile wunde ya no na Facebook, no na YouTube, no na Radio Biafra, na anyu nsi no. No wonder. And that reminds me, onye mama ha ebeka so blessed child nwa Chineke ko blessed God. Onye mebe no ka ha enye gị ogeri ọnwụ maka na ndị niile anwụ ndị oh, we have found out the things we will say about Simon Eba. Man, since those people that said they want to do exposition, and the other guy, what is that his name again? I don't know where they are. Darlington. I don't know where all these people are again. Those that said they want to do exposition against the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, where are they? Why are people not asking questions? What is that exposition you said you want to do? What is keeping it? Or the exposition, is it the exposition you are doing, you are looking for underground? Okay, now we understand. You are looking for the exposition underground. Ebe akunu nchani ne yato. Ebe akusu ya no myunu nchani no no. There's something my child in one Chineke said that I want to quote. When child in one Chineke, when the hacho Europea nego haneri, because every one of them are interested on the money that is circulating that they were sharing among themselves. Nobody is interested whether Mazin Nandekan is dying in DSS or whether they are killing him or not. It's none of their business. The only thing that interests them is that Mazin Nandekan is now out of the picture. That they are now the ones in charge of the whole thing. And they are now the ones that are the decision making that decides where money goes and where money will not go. And these people started starving the ESN at that time. If Mazi Simonet Manjoku did not come in to uphold the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Aruanemai, he came in and rebrand. He came in and said that nothing is at hand. Egonina took us from America, from Biafra land, from all over the place in the world. Nda weri na bongo hogaranya. China sanwoshi werinke na aro hotel di chiche. Makana hanchani they were competing to beat the legacy of Wazurike. That if Wazurike have built 5 hotels, that they are going to build 10 or 15. From where? From the money that is coming from our pocket. Onadoma. History in Adoma. Just imagine how it is now. Imagine what is going to be in the next 30, 50 years. Nothing is going to change. your name Abagona a very bad place. You have become irredeemable. In the schools, when our children will be studying, and when the history of how Biafra, the people that gave them the life that they are now enjoying, those days that they will be remembering Biafran Day, just like Israel used to do. When that time comes, they will remember those that also sabotaged. They will remember those that also sabotaged. Biafrans, I salute each and every one of you. We are going to call it a day this morning. I'm going late to work. In the evening, we are coming with a new swag. We are fighting Biafra with our fees. We are fighting it with different swag. And those that are in the know will know. The owners of the land, they know themselves. Our Prime Minister said, what you don't know is bigger than you. That Wabuda. Where is that one that used to call our Prime Minister Wabuda? That one in Germany. Mire Burugo Hanchanina. You can run, but you cannot hide. We have your records. Everything is in the archive. One day we'll be playing all the things that you say one after the other. We'll use it to entertain Biafrans. That day is fast approaching. And you cannot run away from it. You sow this seed, you will eat from it. Thank you so much, Biafrans. Do well to share the program. Do well to like, subscribe if you're a new timer. We are going to call it a day from here. Let me run along, go to work, because they say we are jobless. That's why we are doing what we are doing. We are not jobless. We have things that we are doing. Elohim blessed us. Many of us with good works. Many of us with good life. Many of us, we are not betrayers. And when Obosi Prime Minister Kurokua said that from where he came from, we don't betray. I'm part of that bloodline. We don't betray. Thank you so much, Biafrans. I salute each and every of you from here. May Elohim continue to be gracious to you and make your day today to be wonderful. Bless you all round. Put hand in anything that you're doing that is bringing money you're using to support Biafra. You're using to recharge your data, to share the programs that we do, to subscribe to our Prime Minister, to share his tweet, to make this message go viral. Elohim will continue to bless you until the day Biafra will come. Have your eyes fixed on the ball. Do not remove your eyes. That day is fast approaching. God bless you and remain blessed. Chijoke, my brother Sonny, Diana Wada, Ezibon Wada Diana. Diana Ofubosi, Biakwano na ibe maka anyị n'onugu. Ofubosi batakwa n'ime studio, achọrọ m ịnụkwa n'onugu Wada Diana. Ife dị iche. Anama ebuchalu noncha. My every other person that doesn't have the opportunity to send a message that will be able to see his name or her name. May Elohim continue to bless each and every one of you. Nyamaru no momo chineke.